Good evening and welcome to the City of Atascadero Summer Concert Series. I'm Chad Stevens. This year, we're very happy to be able to bring you our concert series virtually until we can invite everyone back to the bandstand at the Atascadero Lake Park. We've got a great concert lineup for you all the way through October 3rd, and tonight is no exception. We've got the Chad Land Band. I'd like to thank our sponsors right now. Our series sponsor this year is T-Mobile. Our presenting sponsors are Grigor and Alice Jones, Solarponics, and the Sprinkler King, as well as our supporting sponsors, Coast Hills Credit Union, Delta RV, Quota International, and Starna Sales. And our friend sponsors are All Signs Graphics and Graphics by Annie Wilson. Thank all of you for your support. Now, you can tune in tonight from 6 to 7 on AM 1230 KPRL to listen to the audio of the concert. You can watch the live streaming tonight from 6 to 7:30 at atascadero.org/YouTube. That's atascadero.org/YouTube. Future show information is available at visitatascadero.com. And now the moment we've all been waiting for tonight, the Chad Land Band.
Hello, Atascadero, and everybody that's online. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Chad Land, and I'm with Mr. Grant Geimer here. We're going to play some original music, and we're going to play some covers, too. But we'll start out with a couple of originals here. And for everybody that's kind of, whose lives have changed because of the pandemic, I'm sure some of you have found some of your hobbies again that maybe you forgot about. I know I have. I've been crocheting and doing all kinds of cool stuff. And mainly being a teacher to my 9-year-old son. We just started school last week. So I have a little 9-year-old, and I'm doing the at-home learning. And that's a learning experience for me, and so it's been quite interesting. So we have a song about your passions and what you're passionate about and keeping that alive, right? Whether it's surfing or skateboarding or whatever it is, and I hope that a lot of you do some good, fun, healthy activities in your spare time. And this is about that, keeping the fire alive for what you love to do. That sun again. All I see is a blinding light. All I see are the shadows. On the mountainside. There's still the ember burning. Look at all the stars in the night, staring down at us all. The ghosts, they dance on satellites, staring down shade. There's still the ember burning. See the morning light chase the shadows away. What I feel, in touch with it all. Lord, in touch with it all. Lord, I feel like I am. I feel like I'm in touch with it all. See the morning light chase the shadows away. And the desert that is cold becomes warm once again. The children of the night are back in their homes. All right, and there's a little song called Keep the Fire, about keeping that fire alive, a little amber in there. So I'm known as a local singer-songwriter, and I've got to have the pleasure of traveling out of California and playing and telling my stories about growing up in San Luis Obispo County. I was born and raised in San Luis Obispo and moved up to North County when I was about 14 years old to live with my mother, who was a country singer, in the town of Templeton. And before that, we had houses here in Atascadero. I lived in, I think, 6 different houses in Atascadero. So about every 6 months, we were moving into a new house and bouncing around quite a bit. Local gypsies of sorts. And my mother's name was Michelle Marie. She was a local country singer-songwriter. She played at the Mid-State Fair, opened up for like Brooks and Dunn, Maria Osmond, all kinds of acts. And when I was 14, she gave me this guitar. This is the same guitar she used to play me to sleep on when I was just a little guy. So taking this guitar down to the river and, you know, being 14 years old, I'd start to write down in the Salinas River, and I'd go back to San Luis to visit my dad. I'd write in the creeks down there, and all kinds of random farms and places that we would be working and whatnot. So this is one of these songs that is very special to me, and Grant likes it a lot. And this is about a dream. I went deep into this dream, and in the morning I woke up, and I had to immediately go to this guitar and write out a song. And I won't get into too much detail here as we're doing the live feed because I know it eats up a little bit of time. But in that dream, I found myself being guided by a guy who only spoke in French. But I could understand everything he said, and I don't speak French. And that was interesting. We went up to a mountaintop, way up in these mountains, and we went to a little cabin, and we had some tea. And he showed me how he was dipping a paintbrush into a cup of seeds and painting it on a canvas, and the little clear seeds were blooming into flowers. And he said, you know what, this coming winter, you're going to have a whole bunch of rain. This was a couple years ago. I said, yeah, because we were in a drought. And he says, you're going to have tons of rain, because up here, I can paint what's going to happen down there. I said, this is amazing. And you're speaking French. And I can understand you. What the heck is going on? So at the end of the dream, we walked down this little mountainside, and he says, all right, you're going to feel like you're getting baptized, and I want you to put your arms crisscross like this. And I'm going to lean you back into the river, and when you wake up from this dream, you're going to have a beautiful song to sing. And when I dip back in that river, a woke up out of that cold water. I was in a sweat. Ran up, grabbed the guitar, went down, started writing. And this is called A Good Dream. That's what this song's about. I only speak French in my dreams. It's always so beautiful to me. And now that I can paint the sky, my canvas is the hillsides. Marry me a high tea, enjoying the views from high above. I want to send you our love, like ghosts with the people that you don't see. So many stand here by your side, but like ghosts we like to hide. You just keep on writing. You keep it clear and true and from your heart. And when you swing a hammer all day long, don't let it tear your soul apart. The Lord loves a working man. Your story will be told to many of them, and they'll whistle. Make me have a tea, enjoying the views from high above. I want to send you our love, like ghosts with the people that you don't see. So just wait, no wait until your springtime comes. It'll be beautiful, darling. Yes, yes, I know. Just wait until your springtime comes. Music and your words come to life, colors. Come walk with me to a river wide and deep. Go off drifting. So sorry for now that we got to part. We're gonna send you back to earth. And when you wake up from your dream, you're gonna have a new song to sing. All right, so there's a song about a dream. I think dreams are real special, and they're a great place. And, you know, kids, I have a little 9-year-old guy, and I helped raise 2 stepdaughters. They're now teenagers and going to Cuesta College. And dreams are great if you can remember them, you know. They get up and tell you, like, I was flying in my dream. I'm like, that's amazing. Where did you fly to, and what was happening? And then drawing it, you know. And sometimes your subconscious having these dreams about things that are going to happen. And that happens to me quite a lot. I get deja vu a lot and stuff. Like, I've been here before in a dream. It's amazing. So we'll give you one more original. We'll dip into some covers for everybody that's sitting at home. And I hope you are having a great time out there this evening. So, grab a little glass of wine or soda pop, whatever it is that you like, Enjoy some good food and sit back and relax. And the best way to listen to this is old school way on speakers, like stereo speakers or a dock player or something. Listen to it on your phone doesn't do you any justice. We've got some good guys here that are mixing this stuff. So do the music justice and send it to a stereo system if you can and listen to it on some real speakers and it'll sound amazing, I promise. So here's a little song about being a ranch hand. I was driving down Creston Road. I had a mohawk. I was singing in a heavy metal band called Axia that used to rock Atascadero pretty hard back in the day. You ever get a chance, check out the Axia, right? And so I'm driving down Creston Road in the old band van. I bought it from a church for $500. Just cruising down the road, boom, blew a tire. So I drove that van for years, and the only thing I had to buy was a tire for it. And then I sold it to the buyback program for $1,500. Right, yeah. So I'm driving the church van, pop a tire. I get out of the car. I don't look like the kind of person you'd probably want to pick up down Creston Road at 10:30 at night or whatever. So I'm walking into town, and lo and behold, it starts to rain on me. And I've got my leather jacket on, my biker leather jacket, and putting it over my head, and I'm walking through the rain, and nobody will pick me up. And all of a sudden, I feel my foot getting wet, and I'm like, I don't know how is my foot getting wet. Look at the bottom of my boot, and I've got a big old hole in it, and I've been soaking up water. My sock was soaked all the way up to my knee, and I get to the bar, and my sister happened to be the bartender at Pine Street Saloon at the time. Her name's Erin Land. Shout out to my sister Erin in Kauai. She tunes into these kind of things, and yeah, so Erin's working at the Pine Street Saloon, and she goes, what happened to you? Long story. Give me a napkin because on the way into town, lo and behold, what did I do? I wrote another song. It's called Worn Out Soul, and it's about the big old hole in my boot. So by the time I got there, I got a napkin and a pen, sat down and wrote this song at the Pine Street on the bar there. And it's about going into town and seeing some friends. That's all I wanted to do that night. It's got a little country feel to it. Because that's how I was feeling walking out in the country. Nobody picked me up. Worn out soul, it's on the bottom of my shoe, leading me to places I've been before. And I walk through the rain, my old leather jacket again, finding my way by this downtown. There's a college scene with all those kids getting too young for me. Lately I'm feeling old as heck. I got a worn out soul, the bottom of my shoe, leading me to places I've been before. here being all alone. I go down and say hi to my sis. A worn out soul on the bottom of my shoe, leading me to places I've been before. I walk through the rain, old leather jacket again, finding my way to the old bar that's downtown. Hey, and a shout out to my country singing mama on that one. Playing a little kind of country style, you know. All right. Well, Grant, why don't you say we'll give them some covers here? Dip into some covers, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. We're going to give you a song from an artist that passed away this year, Mr. Bill Withers. And this was probably his biggest hit out there. This song is called Ain't No Sunshine. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house ain't no home anytime she goes away. I wonder this time where she has gone. I wonder if she has gone to stay. There's no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. I know, 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 I know. Hey, I'll leave your young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house ain't no home anytime she goes away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. All right. Thank you, Mr. Bill Withers. Thank you, Mr. Bill Withers, for all the great music you gave us over the years. Hats off to you, mister. Thinking I'm going to do can I give an acapella of some Angel? Since we're in a church, right? Well, not a cappella, but you know. I'll play real light on the guitar on this one. I'll dedicate this one to my mama. Now, Bonnie Raitt is a big influence in our family, right? And got to enjoy Bonnie Raitt at the Vina Robles Amphitheater, I think it was 2 years ago, with my mom. And we liked the song Angel from Montgomery. Now, if you don't know what Angel from Montgomery is, well, it's a song written by Mr. John Prine. We also lost him this year to COVID, unfortunately. But Mr. John Prine, thank you for all the good music you gave us. And a major, huge influence on me, on my songwriting, Mr. John Prine. Love that guy. Will always love his music. And a huge inspiration. When you release a new album when you're like 80 and go on a world tour, it's amazing. And that's what he went out. He went out with a bang. If you don't know what this song is about, this is about a housewife. The years kind of fly by for her. She's got a husband that comes home and doesn't really say hi to her. He did come home and turn on the TV and grab a beer and put his feet up and say, "What's for dinner?" Not always nice, right? So she's cooking and she's cleaning, she's raising the kids, doing all this stuff, and she doesn't feel appreciated. And she's thinking one day maybe she might just fly away from this situation, fly off and become an angel from Montgomery. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believing this living is a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. And there was a long time, no matter how hard I tried, years flowed by like a broken down dam. Now make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster with no rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believing this living is a hard way to go. Flies in the kitchen, I hear them there buzzing. I woke up tonight. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, they come home in the evening, have nothing to say? Make me an angel, flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, no rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believing this living is a hard way to go. Believing this living, that's a hard way. Thank you. That was a song by Mr. John Prine and covered by Bonnie Raitt when she was a youngster. When she had red hair and a white stripe, but it was up on her head, opposite like me. Yeah. We're going to do a song from Mr. Tom Waits. Old Tom, yeah. This has got a nice little happy shuffle to it, so if you're in the kitchen making some dinner, you're barbecuing, whatever it is you're doing, this is a song that he wrote, and he plays it real slow, and I was stumbling through the darkness, and it's very, very slow. He probably wouldn't like the way I do it, but we do it pretty fun, pretty uplifting kind of way. All right, so here's the long way home. Mr. Grant Geimer is over here joining me. He's on the beautiful bass guitar he's got there. Custom made in Geimer.
Yeah.
Geimer wood shops.
Geimer Laboratory.
Yeah, Geimer Laboratories. And we've got he's got a kick pedal and an old suitcase there. That gives us some oomph. And as a duet, we have a lot of fun doing this. This is our favorite thing to kind of go do locally, musically and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So here we go. Long way home.
Said I come before us, show the way back home. I lied on the bed, I can't hold on to it all. So forgive me, pretty baby, but I always take that long way home. Money's just something that you throw off the back of the train. Got a head full of lightning, got a heart that's full of rain. I know just what I said, I'd never do this again. I love you, pretty baby, but I always take that long way home. I said, oh, put food on the table, a roof right overhead. I traded out tomorrow, highway instead. Back if I should tell you, love's the only thing I ever known. I won't think you show me, but I always take that long way home. Said, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. You know that I love you, baby, more than the whole wide world. You know you are my woman, you know you are my pearl. Let's go out past the party lights, where we can finally be alone. I won't miss my show, baby, I'll take that long way home. I said, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
was a song from Mr. Tom Waits, right? So that's always a fun song for us when we play some of the wineries and, you know, farmers markets and places like that. We have a lot of fun playing. A lot of people dance and everything. So hope you're dancing at home. So, Mr. Grant.
Yes.
You got a story to tell about this one, Grant?
I like this song, so I like singing it and playing it. That's about it.
I get an easy job on this one. I just play guitar. He's doing 4 things at once over here.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, come on, flat top, come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he won holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker, you just do what he please. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me. He bad production, he got walrus gumboot, he got oh no sideboard, he won mojo filter, he got feet down below his knee. Hold you in his armchair, you can feel his disease. Come together right now over me. Oh! He roller coaster, he got early warning, he got muddy water, he won spinal cracker, he did 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be good looking cause he's so hard to see, and come together right now over me. Come together. Come together. Come together. Come together. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
That's Mr. Grant Geimer right there.
Thank you very much. All right, we're going to do another Beatles song that I also like. That's all there is to say about that. We do this a little differently than the Beatles did. They didn't have really any of their regular instruments on it. They hired some, I think, a string quartet to play all the stuff on it, so you won't recognize it, basically. church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits by the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, writing the words to a sermon that no one will hear. When no one comes near, look at him working, darning his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? Church and was buried along with her name. But nobody came. Father Mackenzie wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. And no one was saved. All the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? From all the lonely people, where do they all belong? Yeah. Hopefully nobody's lonely tonight. We're all with friends watching a live stream, cozy. Some of us can't be, I understand, but I think there's an online community of watchers. Get in that chat room. Chat it up. We'll be in there. We'll be chatting with you.
Yes, we'll be hitting you back. If you are typing in some comments, we're going to hit you right back. Harpsichord. Oh, wait, what's this called again?
Harmonica.
Oh, okay. What the? Now, I'm growing a beard because I don't have to stay as clean cut these days, so I'm not gigging as much. I feel much wiser. The beard. I think my IQ went up like 10 points.
It did.
So, I love to give stories before I play a song. If it's a cover song, I'll give a short little snippet. My dad owned a scrap iron company locally. It's called Land Brothers Salvage, right? So, we would go travel out of town and we'd sell all kinds of junk. We had those big Crystal Water Spring trucks and trailers, and we'd drive them all the way down to Los Angeles and sell at the fairgrounds in there. And one of the places we'd go, drive way out in the boons to, was a place, Ojai Valley. And one of my favorite tapes to put in the old tape deck of the 67 Ford crew cab that we would mob down there to Ojai was Neil Young's Harvest. That was an album that me and Pops could agree on. He didn't like it when I put in Metallica or Iron Maiden. He couldn't hang for very long, you know. And so Harvest was one of those tapes. We had a bunch of them that we could agree on. So, yeah, let's listen to that. So every time I hear this music, I think of driving way out in the desert with my dad in the 67 Ford crew cab. So shout out to Mr. Larry Land out there.
I've been a miner for hard gold. It's these expressions I never give. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Said I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Said I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Yes, said I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. Yes, they said I'm getting old. Searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm going old. Been a miner for a heart of gold. Yes. All right. Hey. This is an old song from Mr. Neil Young. If you can't tell, I haven't played a harp in a couple months. So. But it's good practice for you, right? All right. Yeah, so here's a song from Mr. Neil Young off that same album. This is called Old Man. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life, 44 or so much more. I live alone in a paradise, makes me think of two. Love and lost, such a cause. Give me things that don't get lost. I'm like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, doesn't mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past. Then I'm all alone at last, rolling on to you. Take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me to hold tight to. I'm not looking in my eyes, you can tell it's true. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. All right, there's another one from Mr. Neil Young. Another big music influence on me, and really enjoy listening to his older music and even some of the new stuff he's putting out. Still a great singer-songwriter. Hope everybody's having a good time at home. Thank you to the Atascadero Concerts in the Park for having me again. I played last year at the Pavilion. We had a big band there. We had a couple female backup singers. We had Bill Love on drums. We had my mom's fiddle player from back in the day, Mr. Dave Sullivan, on fiddle. And because of our situation now, just kind of Grant and I hanging out, But we really appreciate you all tuning in here tonight and hanging out with us. Another big music influence is Mr. Peter Gabriel, and we are in a church. It's a beautiful church, ABC Church. Hats off to our cameramen, our awesome sound engineer back there. Love our mix. It sounds great in here. If you ever get a chance, when things open back up, come visit ABC Church over here. It's a beautiful place, beautiful. Now, Mr. Peter Gabriel, if you ever get a chance to read the story, with Genesis and how he fell out of being a singer, and then he came back to do his own music, as a solo career, and how amazing his solo career was, and the reason he had to leave Genesis for family and his child and everything. So I heard this song still kind of rings a bell with me. I have put family first. I've always put family first. I think family is the most important thing that you have in this world, really, your relationship with your higher power and your family, and that's about it. Music's kind of one of those things that I love to do and I take seriously, but family is really just where it's at. So here's a little song called In Your Eyes. So lost sometimes. Days pass and the sadness fills my heart, and then I want to run away, drive off in my heart, but whichever way that I go, to the place where you are. All of my instincts, they return. switches in your eyes. See the resolution in your eyes. My bootless switches in your eyes. And I wanna touch that light, the heat I feel in your eyes. I wanna be that complete yes in your eyes. I wanna be there. Your eyes. In your eyes. I don't like to see so much pain, so much wasted. The moment just keeps slipping away, and then I get so tired of working hard for our survival. I look to the time with you, keeps me awake and alive. All my instincts, they return. I'm grind for salt, soon we'll burn. Without a noise, without my pride, reach out from the inside. In your eyes, like heat. Your eyes, I'm complete in your eyes. See the doorway, your eyes. To 1,000 churches in your eyes. I see the resolution, your eyes. My bootless switches in your eyes. I wanna be that complete yes in your eyes. I wanna touch the light, heat I feel in your eyes. I wanna be there, yes, you see in your eyes. I wanna be there, yes, you see your eyes. I wanna be there. In your eyes.
The Chad Land Band, everybody. Now, they will be back for another set at atascadero.org/YouTube, but that concludes the audio portion on AM 1230 KPRL. Once again, you can tune in to watch the live feed at atascadero.org/YouTube. We'd like to thank our sponsors once again, the concert series sponsor T-Mobile, and all of our sponsors that help make this happen, along with Podge Cross, our sound tech, ABC Church, and the team at KPRL. Once again, the Chad Land Band will be back shortly at atascadero.org/YouTube, and we'll be back September 12th with another great concert. I'm Chad Stevens. Stay well, stay safe. Good night, everybody.
All right. Well, should we play him another original or two?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I play in an alternative tuning that's called Dadgad. And some say it's the oldest guitar tuning. It's like can date back to the Celtic times. And I play it in C sharp, which is a really neat, kind of unique key. And all the songs that I write, it's really weird. I'll go sit out in the woods and birds will fly down. If I do it on a standard tuned guitar, it doesn't happen as much. But C sharp in Dadgad, I write a lot of music at our beaches and local streams and little natural forests, the grade, out at the lakes, everything. And when I play on that guitar, I've had wild foxes come up, sit down, perk one ear up, look at me, and we just hang out. I've had butterflies come down. It's like being in Snow White or something, So this next guitar I'm getting is another hand-me-down from my mom. And it's a guitar that she found while she was appraising houses. She was a housing appraiser back in the day. And when she was playing music, worked a lot of different jobs. And so this is everybody tells me, what a nice Martin. Your Martin sounds amazing. But this is actually the lawsuit years that Martin told Takamine to quit making these guitars. They made these guitars for 3 years. And it's just a great sounding guitar. So she comes home one day and she says, hey, I brought you a present. And it happens to be the 12-string version of this guitar that was made in the same factory. So I call these the Takamine twins. These are my two Rode guitars, and this is the 12-string version, and this is a 1975 with the original tuner, so it gets a little moody sometimes. It's one of those guitars you have to sit in a room. Whoa! Put that in there. That was a good catch, though. Don't ever let go of it, right? Oh. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? This is one of those guitars that you've got to really hold on tight to. And it's just fun to play and was free. It happened to be out of the same factory as that one. So love this guitar. But I feel it doesn't really belong in standard tuning. It sounds much better in this tuning. So when I first got this, I've written a whole bunch of songs. I guess I should say where I've written some of these songs. How about we play upbeat or slow? We can do Holidays, or we can do Broken Bottles, or we can do maybe do Holidays and then get upbeat. So this next song, Holidays, I wrote when I was coming back from Los Angeles. I spent a lot of time in LA. I lived there for a short time, but I stayed down there in my van quite a bit. I would drive from Atascadero, and I'd go to the Hollywood Strip by the Kodak Theater. And it was cool. I got a headline, the Knitting Factory. I played at the Roxy. I played at the Viper Room. I played all these clubs in Hollywood and Los Angeles and just had a blast. We got to play sold-out shows and just rocked. And people, where are you from? Atascadero, because that's where I was living at the time. I was from Atascadero. So playing on this old guitar, writing a ton of music on it. I got back from LA after a nice little run down there, and Christmas time was coming, and it's pretty funny. When you start to play a lot of bigger gigs like that, people think you're making a bunch of money, and it couldn't be farther from the truth. I was living out of my van, bouncing from house to house, saving all my money that I would get working odd construction jobs, just so I could survive in LA long enough to go in and out of studios down there, promote, get the gigs, all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty intense. And I came back up to Atascadero, and it was Christmas Eve. I had nowhere to stay. So I called a friend. I said, hey, Jason Meese, throwing your name out there, man. I go, I need a place to crash. Can I stay at your house? Sure. And we had built a tiny little makeshift recording studio in his garage over by Kmart here in Atascadero. And I posted up there for the night, and I had to see my family the next day, Christmas Day. I had nothing. I had no money. I was broke. I couldn't buy anybody anything. So I stayed up that night, and I wrote this song. And I tried to think of where the place I was at the moment in my life. I was alone. I had no relationship. I was broke, living out of my van, and dedicated my entire life to music. Tomorrow's Christmas. Ooh. So what do? I stayed up that night, and I wrote this song while I watched this heavy mist and light rain come down. And I called it Holidays, because the holidays can put people in a funk. So don't get in a funk this holiday. Stay positive. Next year's a whole new year. Tomorrow's a new day. It's really important, if you get bummed out and feeling kind of down, just remember, tomorrow's a new day. Just make it through this one. So I give this song to my family on a Christmas day. I said, hey, this is kind of just how I felt emotionally. I feel pretty broken and tired. So it's a song from the heart called Holidays.
Another year's gone, and I have to say it was a long one, cold one, such a cold, cold one. Remember how I say I ain't afraid of walking. I walked away from everything, everything and everyone. I'm worn out hands and a yellow smile and some old skin. It seems to show my age, I'm not so young anymore. And on and on and on and on, well, I'll keep walking, yeah, walking. And I never seem to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home to you. I'm hoping. So I just keep on hoping. It leads me home to you. Yeah, baby, I'm hoping. Leads me home to you, darling, to you. I don't know who you are. Another year's gone and I have to say it was a long one, a cold one, maybe such a cold, cold one. Remember how I said I ain't afraid of walking. I walked away from everything, everything and everyone. I'm worn out hands and a yellow smile and some old skin. It seems to show my age, I'm not so young anymore. And on and on and on and on, I'll keep walking, yeah, walking. And I never seem to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home to you. I'm hoping. And I never seem to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home to you. Yeah, I'm hoping. So I just keep on hoping. It leads me home to you. Well, baby, I'm hoping. It leads me home to you. Well, darling, to you. But I don't know who you are. See, there's another year gone, and I have to say it was a long one and a cold one, baby, such a cold one. Well, thank you, everybody. So that's a song, a heartfelt song. I hope you appreciate it. People, when I play that out of town, they love it, and they ask where I'm from. I kind of say San Luis Obispo County. I'm from Atascadero, I'm from Templeton, I'm from Paso Robles, and I'm from San Luis, because I've lived in all these cities for years off and on. So thanks for having us here, really appreciate it. And if you'd like to hear more of those songs, visit chadland.com. You can find Grant and I on there. We have a bunch of music that's uploaded on there that we've done, that we've recorded. There are cover songs, there are original songs, there's videos and all that stuff. So please visit us, chadland.com. And feel free to email us if you want us for a private party outdoors or something like that. We're available. Just hit us up. You know, times are different, but we're still available and like to play.
All right. Hey, Chad, let's do a little Sade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember the video from when I was a little kid sitting on my parents' waterbed. If anybody remembers waterbeds in the 80s. We had the HBO box with the little clicker. Sade came on. I was like, who is this?
Diamond light, lover boy, in moving space with minimum waste and maximum joy. City lights and business nights, when you require streetcar desire for higher heights. No place for beginners or sensitive hearts. And sentiment is left to chance. No place to be ending, but somewhere to start. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Mail. Across the north and south to Key Largo, love for sale. Face to face, each classic case, with shadow box and double cross, yet need the chase. A license to love, insurance to hold. It melts all your memories, change into gold. His eyes are like angels, but his heart is cold. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Mail. Across the north and south to Key Largo, love for sale. Smooth operator. 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 Smooth operator.
Mr. Grant Geimer right
All right.
there.
How about that, huh?
That's good. All right. So one more. We got our final one. What are we going to do, Grant? This is fun because we both switch off on this song. I haven't played this in a while.
Yeah, me neither.
So let's see if I get that changed.
Maybe
now.
we'll do it twice.
Yeah. All right. Now, Lee Von Hill and the band, amazing band. That's why Bob Dylan used them, right? This next song is called The Wait. And when we play some of the juke joints or the bars around here, the honky tonks, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many of those kind of joints around here. Whenever I play The Wait, it goes over good. So we hope you guys enjoy this song. Hope you're having a good time at home or wherever you are at. Here's a little song called The Wait from the band. In the Nazareth, I was feeling about 1/2 dead. I just needed to find a place I could lay my head. Now, hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No one's all to say. Take a load of Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load of Fanny. Yeah, well, you put the load right on me.
I picked up my bag and went looking for a place to hide. When I saw old Carmen and the devil walking side by side, I said, hey, Carmen, come on, will you go downtown? And she said, no, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Hey, well, you put the load right on me.
Go down to Miss Moses, I'm nothing that you can't say. That's just old Luke, yeah, Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Annalie? He said, you do me a favor, son, to keep Annalie your company. Take a load of hand, take a load for free. Take a load off hand. Yeah, well, you put the load right on. Right on me. Right on me. Yeah, right on me. Crazy Chester followed me, and he caught me in the fog. He said, I will fix your act if you just take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I am a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, you can feed him when you can. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Yeah, well, you put the load right on me. Right on me. Right on me. Right on me. Catch a cannon by now and take me on down the line. My bag is singing low, and I do believe it's time to get her back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one who sends me here with regards wherever you want. Take a load of put the load,
Put the load,
put the load right on
me.
right on me. Right on me. Oh yeah. Right on me. All right. Well, thanks for letting us bust some rust off our fingers. Lord knows I needed to do this gig. It felt good. Is there anybody you want to say hi to at home, Grant?
I would love to say hello to Emily Kidd, my wonderful girlfriend who I love dearly. And likely we're going to be sitting next to each other watching this, and she's going to be very red-faced right about now.
Yes. I'm always red-faced, so she has red hair too. Hopefully she gets super red.
She does, yeah.
Take a picture and post it.
Okay, I will. I'll post it in the chat.
And we'll give a shout out to our family, our other loved ones. We got Pat Geimer.
Of course, my mom.
Mom. Yeah. His mom rules. My mom, Michelle Marie, for giving me these guitars that I've been playing. Once again, thanks to everybody here, our staff, our hardworking staff here at ABC Church, our cameraman, our sound guy. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. And everybody tune in. Help spread the word. Help share this video. And stay positive, stay healthy, and we love you guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you.